Okay, welcome dear children. I am Sir Sunil, your chemistry teacher. Good morning to all. I hope you all are fine. And also, I am asking you to, did you learn the question answers? The last class I have given you the question answers. Last chapter, the lesson number 1 or unit 1. I hope that you have already learned. All those who are not learned, please learn it perfectly. And today we are going to start a new chapter, that is lesson number 2 or unit number 2, physical and chemical changes. All those who have the book, please open the book. Others, please stay on video and listen carefully and enjoy the class. Okay students, here is our topic, physical and chemical changes. Changes that around us always. Changes are an integral part of nature. They take place every moment around us. Each and every moment we can see many changes happens around us. Common examples are the melting of ice. Some examples here it is given. Okay students, melting of ice, freezing of water, the ripening of fruit, digestion of food, the growth of plants, etc. Some common examples given here in our book. Melting of ice. Last unit we have discussed melting of ice, the freezing of water, the formation of water from ice. It is a change. The ripening of fruit, there is another type of change. The digestion of food, there is also a change. The growth of plants and animals, there is a change. And also we are growing, that is also change. Okay. Many changes happens around us. In this chapter, we will learn about changes systematically. Here we are going to discuss about types of changes. Changes may be classified in various ways. First of all, we are going to discuss about reversible and irreversible changes. What is reversible change? A change which can be reversible. In simple way we can say that a change which can be reversed is called a reversible change. Here ice melts on being heated, ice changes to water. That same water can be ice also. So it is a good example of a reversible change. A change is said to be reversible when the opposite change can be brought about by reversing the conditions. A change is said to be reversible when the opposite change can be brought about by reversing the condition. If a change can be reversed, then we can say that that change is reversible change. And vaporization of water and condensation of water, is it a good example of reversible change? Yes, it is also a good example of reversible change. In fact, all changes in state of matter are reversible. Generally we can say that all changes in a state of matter are reversible. Another examples are glowing of an electric bulb and the heating of an electric iron or a heater, etc. These are another examples. The bulb's glow vanishes and the iron or heater cools, the electric current is switched off. Okay. When the electric current is switched off, the bulb's glow vanishes and the iron heater cools when electric current is switched off. Okay. So we can say that these are also good example of reversible changes. Now opposite change comes, irreversible. the changes which are not reversible called a irreversible change. In simple way we can say a change is said to be irreversible when the opposite change cannot be brought about by reversing the conditions. When the opposite change cannot be brought about by the reversing the conditions. For example, milk can be changed into curd, but whether curd can be again milk? Yes or no? You say no, we can't change curd into milk, but milk can be changed as curd. So, it is a good example of a irreversible change. On being heated, sugar gets charred. Can you get again the original sugar back? No. It is a good example of irreversible change. But if you cool charred sugar, you cannot get back sugar in its original form. Thus, the curdling of milk and the charring of sugar are irreversible changes. Other common examples of irreversible change are burning of coal, wood, paper, kerosene, etc. Photosynthesis in plants, the digestion of food in our body, the clotting of blood, the growth of plants and animals, etc. These all are examples of irreversible changes. You see, here you can see the growth of plant. Growth of plant, which type of change it is? Can you say? It is an irreversible change. Another diagram is given here. Which type of change? The heating and cooling of heaters element are reversible. It is a good example of reversible change, but it is a good example of irreversible change. The growth of plant. Clear? Now we are going to discuss about desirable and undesirable changes. Some changes are useful to us and are therefore called desirable changes. So, in simple way we can say that the changes which are useful to us is called desirable changes. Example, the ripening of fruit, the growth in living beings and the changes involved in cooking, etc. are desirable change, are all desirable changes. On the other hand, some changes are harmful and are therefore called undesirable change. The rusting of iron, is it useful for us? No, it is not useful for us. That is why this is a good example of undesirable change. Another one, spoiling of food. Clear? Spoiling of food. Which type of change it is? Desirable or undesirable change? Of course, it is an undesirable change. It is a undesirable change. The rusting of iron, the spoiling of food. Another one, earthquakes and cyclones and volcanic eruptions, fearful calamities. These three, earthquakes, cyclones and volcanic eruptions. Whether these are harmful or useful for us? It is harmful for us. So, these are also good examples of undesirable change. Now, we are going to discuss about physical and chemical changes. Okay, students, it is time to wind up our class, our section. So, please go through your chapter 2-3 times, you read and learn. Okay, many important points are there, and wait for next video and next class. Now all of you, thank you and goodbye.